Hello friends, this is my Capstone project on global terrorism and data set. My project type is exploratory data analysis, and my contribution is individual. Let's move on to project summary. Our project is spanning from its date. The data collected in it is from 1970 to 2017, and in our data, the data, the features, the columns are about uh, location, the date, attack type, target type, and the year at which year the attack has happened, and the date, months, and the type of attacks. So next thing is, this is our GitHub link. The problem statement is that uh, we will find the EDA, the patterns, the trends, and of the attacks, of the year of the attacks, the location, the regions, so that we could find a particular pattern and from the visualization and come up with a solution of it. And these are the general guidelines which we do follow, which is our data is well structured, commented codes, which we will see further, that all our data is well commented. So we do import our libraries. Here are the libraries which we do import: the pandas, matplotlib for pyplot, cbot, numpy, plotly for the visualization purpose. Here we load, first we uh, mount our drive, Google Drive, and from Google Drive we load our data as we do in Jupyter Notebook. This is the first view of our data. Here we can see the event ID. For each and every event there is a unique event ID. Here we see the our data, and we next see the number of rows and number of columns. So number of rows are 1,81,691, and number of columns are 135. Duplicate values, duplicate rows, we can say. So these are the zero. Data information, panda score data frame. This is data frame, and 1,81,000 rows, 135 columns. There are 55 columns having the float data type, 22 columns having integer data type, 58 columns having the object data type. Memory usage is 187.1 MB. There are 1,81,691 rows and 135 columns. These are the variables, these are our columns. As we describe our data, counts, mean, for every columns there is a count, there is a mean, there is a minimum value. For the numerical data types, as we see for the months, there is 12 months, there is maximum value is 12, 70%, 75%, 9, 50%, 6, 25% 4, and minimum is 0. This is for all others data type columns. This is the variable description. Event ID is unique for each incident. There are attack types. There are three, as we said, see that attack type 1, attack type 2, attack type 3, which is divided assassination, bombing, hijacking. Similarly for weapon type, explosive, firearms, chemical weapons, target type. N kill is the number of people killed. N kilter is the number of people who preparators who prepared for the attack, who get killed in that attack, themselves got killed. G name, the group name. It is the group name who take the responsibility of the attack. Summary and so on. Here we see the check unique values for each column. How many unique values are there? If unique values are 2, 3, so we could say we could categorize them by simply looking at them in a categorical variable, and if it is high number, so we can uh, confirm that it is continuous variable. Data wrangling, we filter our data, we prepare our data for the visualization purpose for doing the EDA. So here we do the renaming of the columns as I year is becomes year, I month become months, and so on. Region text becomes region, and for the correlation heat map, we prepare our data here, enumerate our data. We make a data set by choosing the particular columns here. We give it a name, core data df, and we do some renaming of it here, and we here prepare. There are some missing data, null values in killed column, in wound column, and nationality column. So we filled it with the mean. We with mean here. Here we filled it with mode. Here the year we see the year types. Here we see the unique values. Year from 1970 to 2017. Here we could confirm it that our year column contains from 1970 to 2017 data. Here we make one more data set here by choosing particular columns for the visualization purpose, which we see further. Here we make one more data set, dating data df. Here we do the renaming of the dating data df. These are the data sets which we use further. We fill the null values over here as we do before. Here we make a data set in which we count the terrorist incidents by the year. In different year, what are the how much number of data terrorist attacks do occur. Here we just check the data type of it, and here we here we can see its data type is pandas.code.series.series. So here we change its data type to data frame, and we do make we do sort our data by year. This our year data frame, and here we can see that from the 1970 to 1975 the attacks occur are 580. In the starting 5 years, in the last final 5 years, it is 13,678, and the mean of the 1970 to 2017 is 3,865. We see that it is increasing, and we make a data frame for the recent terror attacks where we only consider the attack occurred uh, from 2000 year, which 2000 year includes to 2017, and region series from the this we make a region series. We count the from the according to the region, we do the counting of the attacks, how much attacks occurred in the particular regions, and we do make we do choose these columns, and so did we do with the India attack type, where we choose the country as India, in which only the attack occurred in India is considered from the year 2000. So these are the all data manipulations we have done due to the we have the extensive size of our data of around 135 columns, which is huge in number. So we choose the particular essential columns to make our data short and so that we could do the data visualization correctly. So here we do the we make a correlation heat map, as you can see, in which we do the heat map of the color. We can see that the one which is highly correlated means 100% correlation. So all the diagonal elements are there. So a year has, of course, has the one correlation, 100% correlation, but there are some other columns also which to have a light color, which shows that they do also have the correlation with each other. It is color correlation. So attack type has the correlation with the weapon type, and the city has the correlation with the year. We will, which we will see further. Here we do the heat mapping, the numerical values, as we can see here. This is the our heat mapping. So what did we, where did we choose, pick from this specific correlation heat map? Correlation heat maps are used to visualize relationship between variables by displaying correlation coefficient in a color-coded format. Here in the chart, weapon type has the correlation of 0.66 with attack type and correlation C with correlation chart. We can see the year has correlation 0.58 correlation with city. Will the gained insight help creating a positive business impact? Are there any insights that leading to negative growth rate justify with reason? So here in this correlation chart, we can see that the weapon type has correlation 0.688 and with attack type. And in further graph, we will see the attack type in India has a relation people uh, get killed and unarmed type attack has zero casualty, which means that by restricting weapons smuggling, we could decrease casualty killings. So next chart, we will come to the next chart. So here is the plot of the visualization that by the year, what are the how much number of attacks are occurred in each and every year. So number of terrorist activities each year are we can see here from 1972 to 2017 how these terrorist activities are increasing and decreasing. As we can see, they are increasing first and decrease to around 2003 to 4, and then again have a high peak here around 2003, 4, 5, and in the recent year it is very high. So by looking at this, we can see that from in the beginning it is very less, and the recent year its mean of these attacks is very high. In the third chart type of chart, we are looking at filtered by the how much attacks are occurred according to the region and to the countries. We can see we do plot area plot over here, as we can see in the code the cross step recent year. Here the kind of plot is area plot, and we choose the palette over here. We choose here bright, and we can see here the maximum area we can see here is brown color, which is of Middle East and North Africa, and followed by this yellow color, which is South Asia, and least color is here is Western Europe, Australian Ocean. So which we can see here and confirm it. This is the top 15 regions with the highest number of terrorist activities in the 21st century. Here we can see that the Middle East and North Africa has the highest number of attacks. South Asia followed it, and Saharan African followed it, and the least number of attacks are these Australia and Oceania, and Central America and Caribbean region. If we talk about the countries, so the highest number of attacks are occurred in the Iraq, then Afghanistan, then Pakistan, then India, and so on. These are the list of the top 15 countries in the 21st century with the highest number of attacks. Here we see the plotting on the map using this px.plotly. So here we can see the highest number of attack occurred in this country, Iraq, and Afghanistan, Pakistan, India followed it. So this gives us the clear visualization of the number of attacks in the countries. Now next our graph is the how these type of attacks affects the. So in India, if we particular talk about India, so in India the number of bombing and explosions are the most preferred types of attacks preferred by the terrorists in the 21st century, which is 4,825. Armed assaults followed it, then assassination. Least number of attacks are hijacking. So next what we see is the effects of these attacks and how these attacks are changing year to year. So as we can see, this bombing and explosions, this green color line is always being at the top, is always being highest in the last few years, and this is the type of attacks which is preferred by the terrorists the most. In the recent years, it is preferred the most by the terrorists, then armed assaults and this hostage taking. So next, and attacks and deaths over the years. So how much deaths occurs by these attacks? So, but the highest number of deaths, if we see, it is by the armed assaults. This blue color line, this shows the armed assaults attack. Then the bombing, it is showed by the green color line and so on. As we see, this bombing, death from this bombing is rapidly reduced in India from around 2006. So definitely, maybe some precautions, some security checking, some preventions are taking uh, for the bombing and explosions, so that the deaths and casualties got decreased, and these preventions are successful. As we can see, this hostage taking and uh, assassinations, deaths due to these are very less in numbers, but the deaths due to these attacks are come nearly around this bombing and explosions, which is highest in number, which attack type is highest in number. So now comes to the conclusion. Uh, from the very first plot, it is very noticeable that the terrorism landscape before and after the war on terror is vastly different. Before 2001, the region were much closer together in terms of activity, eventually all dropping to a minimum in 2000. After 2001, the Middle East and South Asia have dictated the rise in terrorist number, with a significant increase in sub-Saharan African as well. So what are the insights we had derived from the EDA? We are going to see it. Attacks has increased, but number of people killed many a times as attack happened. And Iraq has the most attacks, followed by Afghanistan and Pakistan and India. The Middle East and North African region has most targeted, Terrorists are preparing to attack from bombing explosions the most, but the people are dying from armed assaults, which is second most attack type at India in recent years. Deaths due to assassination and hostage-taking is reached near to the deaths occurred by the most preferred attack type bombing and explosions in recent years. In other words, above point can also be described as from around 2006, deaths due to bombing explosion is significantly decreased despite number of attack bombing explosions has increased significantly. Deaths due to attack type un- unarmed assault is always being zero irrespective of number of attacks. Highest number of attacks occurred in Middle East and North African region followed by South Africa. So thank you for giving me the time.